What's going on, everyone? So I just want to say thank you to Jared and Carol and Dan for being here. If you guys can take anything away from tonight, if you grab one thing, it can make a difference in your life. So it's not about remembering everything. It's just about remembering something that maybe made a little impact in your life tonight. And I know Dan will rock it in a few minutes, so I'm going to spend about 2 minutes up here because I have a wife. I just got married, so we got to get home. Just kidding. Okay, so I want everybody, you guys have been sitting long enough. We don't learn when we're passive, when we're sitting here, so let's everybody stand up. This is a requirement or we kick you out. Just kidding, we don't. I want you guys to close your eyes. And I want you to breathe in slowly and breathe out and relax. Breathe in through your nose or out through your mouth. Breathe in relaxation and breathe out all the stress and the worries from today. Just be in this moment. I want you guys to breathe in again and breathe out the stress. Breathe in relaxation and breathe out the stress. I want you guys to picture when you guys were young, or maybe you had a moment that you just really felt that joy and you felt love from other people. You felt love from yourself. You felt joy, and you felt that moment that we always want. The moment we strive for every day to feel that love and joy in our life. And I want you guys to sit here and think about it. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes just to think about what you see. Think about what you hear. Maybe it's some laughter with your friends. Maybe it's the loved ones. Maybe you guys are thinking about when you guys were a child. Maybe it's something recent. But I want you guys to visualize yourself in that. I want you to think about what kind of difference that made in your life. What you hear, what you see, maybe what you smell, what you feel, what you touch. And whenever you guys are ready, you can sit back down and open your eyes. So, to me, it's amazing because there's a story, and there is this guy, and he goes to work every day, right? Walks down the same street in New York, sees this beggar, right? This homeless guy begging all the time, saying, "Hey, can I get some money?" Every day he asks him, and he says, "No, I don't have any money." This guy sits on this box for years. He's begging. And as he's begging, this guy finally stops, takes a moment of his time. Because time's precious. It's the only thing we have in life, really, is time. Time with people, time with loved ones. The rest of it's meaningless. To me. You guys can believe that or not, but to me it's meaningless. And when he talks to this guy, this homeless guy, he says, "You're always asking for money." And the homeless guy says, "Yeah, I need it." And he says, "You sit on a box every day." He says, "Yep." He goes, "Have you ever looked inside that box?" And the guy goes, "No, there's nothing in there." And he says, "Have you ever looked inside the box?" He says, "Nope, there's nothing in there." He says, "Do me a favor, stand up." So the guy stands up. Comes over and he helps him open the box. And inside the box is gold coins. And I'm asking you guys to look inside yourself tonight, to think about, sure, sometimes somebody comes over and helps us see our own gold that's inside ourselves. But we're all a box. We're all living life. But are we taking the time to open up that box, see what's inside, see what we've been blessed with, see how we can help others, see how we can help ourselves become better? Because to me, that's one of the true values we have in life, is helping others. But the only way we do that is by becoming the best us that we can be. So Carol touched on a great subject. I love perfection. I love talking about perfection because it doesn't exist. I also love talking about living presently, and that's what I'm actually going to talk to you guys a little bit about tonight. So when you guys were thinking about your memories, and you guys were picturing something, usually it's something of joy. Do you guys picture something of joy? Okay. I'll take from the no head shakes. We're going on the same page. Okay. Perfect. The more you guys get active, the more you get, something out of this. So the more you nod your head, the more you say something if I ask, the more you get out of this, the more excited it'll be. And then I don't have to do this all night because that seems weird for everybody else, right? Okay, perfect. So when I think about it, so there's this other story, and it's about this kid. He's on a beach. And this kid grew up. And he started to think about his past. And when he started to think about his past, he thought, man, it was so stupid. I used to like run after fireflies and just do that when I was a kid, but I found so much joy in it. And he was doing this stuff as he got older, chasing these dreams that he thought he had. And as he chased these dreams that he thought he had, he actually realized that the true joy of finding the fireflies and chasing them was not about the fireflies. It was about where his mindset was. Because as we get older, we tend to go all over the place. We tend to live in the past, right? I wish I would have. I should have done that. We shit all over ourselves, and that's messy. And then we also go into the future and say, man, if I would have done this in the past, I'd be here. And I think we can all relate to that. We all have something more that we could have been, that we want to be. And I want you guys to think about right now, maybe there's an experience you guys have had where there was something that you wanted to do, you could have done, you should have done. Maybe there's something you want to be in the future that you're confused on how to get. Or you go, man, I'm here, right? Dane's seen this. I'm here, but I want to be here, right? Dane, you've seen this. I'm here. I won't do it all night, I promise. We only have 10 hours of this, guys, so just be prepared, okay? I usually speak for at least 2, so just everybody sit back and relax. I'm here, but I want to be here. And that causes discomfort and pain because we don't live presently. And so we go, man, here's where I want to be. Here's where I am. And I would say to yourself right now, see, the problem with me is I want to kill myself daily. And you guys go, whoa. Yeah, I said I want to kill myself. And that means something different to me than it means to you guys. See, I want to kill myself because if you guys look inside yourself, if you're that box at the beginning of the story, and you guys think about it, there's more inside you, each one of you. There's more inside me. I want to let the old me die. And I want to do that every day because I want to live today as the max. Because yesterday doesn't exist. It's no longer. This moment right here, that's the only moment that exists. You guys sitting in this room is only the one that exists. And so I'm not saying really kill yourself, but let go of the old me, right? Let it go. Because we cling on to that sometimes. For me, with drugs and alcohol, I clinged on to that. Man, if I'm not a drug addict, who am I? What do I do with my life? Where do I go? That's what everybody knows. Man, I smoke pot, right? Woo! That's what I do. It's so much fun until it becomes not fun. And then I realized one day, subconsciously, we have an image of ourselves, and we want to live that out. And I wasn't living presently. I would go, man, I want to stop drinking, but I can't stop drinking. It's got power over me. Then I go in the past and tell myself, see, I've done it many times. And then one day I realized I got to let go of the old me. I got to kill myself. And I got to move forward because there's greatness inside me, just like there's greatness inside each and one of you. And each one of us needs to tap in and find that. And I believe the true value of how to do that is by living presently, because it's the only time we have control over. The past doesn't exist, the future doesn't exist. But you know what exists right now. And most of us go like, I'll just think about what I want to do. I'll think about it. Let me think about it for a while. Thought about it. Let me think about it. Okay, this is what I want to be in the future. Let me think about it. Let me think about it. And what I'm saying is, the more we think about it, the more time we waste. And like I said in the beginning, time is the most precious thing we have. So once we take a step back and go, how do I fulfill that? We be the person we want to be today. And it's by taking small steps, right? We're here, but we want to get here. We're here, but we want to get here. And most of us go, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to get there. But we don't take small action steps, because if you think about it, the only way you do anything in life is an action step. You be the person. And then you go, man, here's this path I'm walking. Okay, I wanted to be over here, but I'm over here. But now I learned something. I learned something about myself. It's part of being progress in the process, right? It's part of the journey of life. And most of us go, I was talking to a client earlier, what's today, Friday? I was talking to her this morning, and she was like, I want to do some stuff in my life, but I don't know how to get there. And I said, that's the beauty of it. See, we get caught up in, man, I want to be there and I want to be this. And that's great. You should have those goals. But we shouldn't let it consume us. And when she said that, I said, it's the greatest thing you have right there, is that you don't know. You don't know. You have an idea of what you want to be. She's like, yeah, but it's not definite. I said, there's no definition in life besides what you make. So go out there and be something. She's 22. I said, this is the best time. Go out and do a little bit. Find what you like. Maybe you don't like this. right? So Jim Carrey, I'm sure everybody knows who he is. Yes? Okay, cool. If nobody does, I'll tell you guys some movies to watch later. But Jim Carrey talks about, which amazing where he came from and where he is now if you guys listen to any of his audios. And he talks about, in life, we're just a character. See, this is all made up in our mind. We choose who we get to be. And he talks about living presently and how we're all a character in a movie. And we all get to write our own script. We get to choose if we're the main character, if we're the, buddy, if we're the hero. And the only way we become a different character or we get to choose a different spot is we be. And the more we be, the more the character we become that we want to become. And then we try and we go like, man, I don't like that character, I don't like that characteristic. So we get rid of that characteristic. Maybe we're still that character, but we pick up another characteristic. And I'm saying that the only way we do that is by living presently. And not spending time, sure, you can spend time in the past, you can spend time in the future, but when you do that, you're only doing it from this present moment, right? I think about, man, I wish I wouldn't have done drugs and alcohol. And then I started thinking, nope, it's the greatest blessing I've ever had, because now we get to go and impact other people's lives. Now we get to share a little bit of our story. Now we get to learn how to live a little bit more vulnerably. If we all lived a little bit more vulnerably, we'd live right now, and we'd share with each other and help each other. And all I'm saying is when I lived in the past, I was only doing it from this present moment. I was only doing it from the present person that I was. And living in the past, like Carol said, I don't know where she went, but like Carol said, it only causes pain for most people. And when you go into the future, most people create a gap of uncomfortableness in their mind, opposed to just living this moment for who they are, for who they want to be. To me, we're all the one. Pam, you know this. We're all the one. And what that means, so Les Brown talks about this story. Gets up on stage, amazing guy. If you guys have never heard Les Brown, look him up, listen to a bunch of his audios, he's great. He talks about this story. And I may cry during this, so just give me a moment if I do. He was in high school, and he was not doing well in school. He was, pretty much failing class, and junior year, high school, he decides, hey, I can skip class. Probably maybe the reason he was failing, but nonetheless. So he skips class, and he goes into the auditorium because it's day of graduation for the seniors. And he hears this teacher speaking. His name's Mr. Washington. And Mr. Washington's telling everybody, you can do whatever you want. You can be whatever you want. You're in the perfect spot in life. This is the chance you get to be who you want to be. And as he's talking to him, as Mr. Washington's talking to the crowd, Les is in the back, standing there. And everybody starts to leave the auditorium because it's over. Mr. Washington starts to walk off stage, and he runs up, jumps on the stage. Mr. Washington, my name's Les Brown. Do you remember me? And he's like, yeah, I remember you, son. And he goes, you know what? When you're talking about being the one, I'm the one. And he said, you know what, son? If you want to be the one, you can go out and do it. Years go past. Les Brown becomes a huge motivational speaker. He is one of the top motivational speakers right now. But it's not that he doesn't go through trials and tribulations, right? He lives in his office at one point. They get a letter sent to him saying, please do not live in your office. It's an office. Don't take showers in the bathroom. And he's like, sir, I'm just working hard. I'm an entrepreneur. That's what I do. I have my business partners. We're doing bad right now, but we're going to do better. And he keeps his dream alive. Keeps it alive while he's speaking to people that are making double, twice, 3, 4 times, millions of dollars, and he's making not much. Shortly after that, 6 years into his journey, because life's a journey, it's about progression, Mr. Washington is getting ready to pass away. And what happens is he goes and sees Mr. Washington because he made a huge impact in his life. And when he goes, he sees Mr. Washington in deathbed. He walks into the hospital. And he says, Mr. Washington, you remember me? And he said, yeah, you're Les Brown. Mr. Washington goes, you were the one. You were the one. And he goes, thank you, sir. And all I'm saying is to look inside you guys, live presently, be in this moment, and tomorrow be in that moment, because the only moment is now, and be the one. Be the one for yourself, be the one for other people, be the one for anybody around you that you can inspire for one moment, because it doesn't take a lot to touch somebody's life. We can touch somebody's life in a moment just by saying hi, by giving them a little, hey man, I know you did great today. I noticed you were very friendly, because that's sometimes a rarity we see these days. It doesn't have to be huge. And all I'm saying is recognize that in yourself as well. Have love for yourself. And I think one way we do that, and I believe one way we do that, is by living more presently. Anyways, that's all I got, guys. You guys got any questions? I remember that one. Sure.
So I do have a question.
Yeah.
So what would be a tool you could share with us to be more present?
What is a tool I can...
Like put in our toolbox.
Okay. So one of the biggest tools is what we do is we don't accept what is. So I'll give you an example. The other night, because guys, I'm on the same journey you guys are, right? We may be different spots in the journey, but we're all on the journey. So I misplaced some keys the other night. Melanie knows this, it was last night I think. And I was like, oh my goodness, I misplaced keys. I never do that. I was like, oh my God, and I got a little short with her. And then I was driving in the car after I got a little short with her, and I said, you know what? It is what it is. I can't control the past. I can't control the future if we find the keys or where they're at. But the only thing I can do is live consciously right now and say, please forgive me for making a mistake. Learn from that mistake. But it's really accepting what is, right? Most of us want to have a disagreement with, oh, this person said this to me, or this thing happened in my life. But once we accept that, it gives us all the power back because we're no longer reacting, we're proactive. And I'm saying, to me, accepting what is and then realizing that that moment is already gone and no future projection, good or negative, ever exists, because it's the only moment that I create now. So I would say living presently and accepting what is. Does anybody else have any other questions? I stand up here until you guys all have a question, so let's just keep it. Yes.
How about, are you going to become a motivational speaker? Because I think you should.
It's a work in progress, right? Because it's all about progress in the process. So I'm progressing in my process, and it's the journey. So coaching.
You're the one? Yeah.
So coaching, sober coaching, that's the future. And all I'm focused on is this present moment right now, and being as effective as I can for you guys, because you guys are the only people that matter. But that's definitely the journey of life that I believe I'm on. So. Anyways, oh yeah, do you have one?
I guess I have just more of something to say on your point.
Okay. Do you want the mic so people can hear you? Your turn to be a motivational speaker. Go ahead.
Here goes nothing. I just think I love that point because it's like, you know, right now, I mean, when I see people that have made it, what I always take away from it is that they are in the present moment. Like when I see a teacher come to my school and who's an amazing person in their industry, come and show and share that with us. They don't talk, you know, it's all about the journey for them, you know, and they are at the top of the food chain. And she's asking, are you going to be, you know, the motivational speaker someday? And you are doing it right now, you know, and it's about keeping right now in the present, and it's those tiny steps and you'll find yourself there.
Yep.
But thinking ahead, for me at least, is like, even if it's a good thing, like it's not always negative thinking in the past or future. If I'm thinking about something amazing I'm looking forward to, there's a positive way to do that.
For sure.
And it's by living presently to get to that point.
Yes.
To make every moment go by so I arrive there and enjoy it when it comes. Instead of thinking, oh, I wish I was there right now. So, I don't know, I just love this. I think this is one of the biggest things in my sobriety, so I'm glad you were talking about it. Here's your mic back.
Sure, thanks for sharing, that was wonderful.